ago, we heard from the leader of the Economic Freedom Fighters saying that, well, it's not business as usual today, as some businesses have closed their doors. And so he suggests that business has listened to him instead of listening to the president, who said, do not worry, it will be business as usual. So is it business unusual for the business sector? We speak to the Black Business Council. We're joined by Gregory Mofokeng. He's the CEO of the Black Business Council. Thank you very much, sir, for your time today. So we have called you on the show to speak about the social compact that the president was speaking about over the weekend. But in terms of the events of today, is it business unusual for some businesses? What are you hearing?
Thank you very much, Judy, for having us on your show this afternoon. Firstly, I'm the Vice President of the Black Business Council, not the CEO. And in fact, you are, correct that, there has been a message from the EFF that it is not going to be business as usual. As the Black Business Council, we took cue from what government was saying to say that those businesses that opt to remain open today, there will be sufficient, security provided, and that, businesses should operate as normal. And that is the message that we have subsequently sent to our members, that, they do have an option to keep their businesses open, and that there will be sufficient boots on the ground to ensure that businesses operate safely.
Are there any of your members who have made it known that they have since closed their businesses today as a result of the protest?
No, we have not received such reports up until now. So we are monitoring the situation closely, and we have received no reports of business disturbances at this stage, or our members being forced to close their businesses to make way for those that are marching throughout the country. No, we have not received such reports.
Let's speak about the engagement between civil society organizations and President Cyril Ramaphosa over the weekend, saying that he is no longer a consultative somebody and will be somebody that will take more decisive decisions. What was your contribution, especially in terms of calling for economic agency for young people during these engagements?
Well, our contribution was in three parts. I think the first one was to say that, as a country, we do have solutions. And we had proposed to the president that the solutions that are on the table should be implemented with speed, because it's not as if, as South Africans, we have not, internalized the challenges that we have and have proposed solutions to government. So those solutions are on the table. So the first contribution was to say to the president, can we then move with speed in implementing those resolutions? Secondly, on the issue that you've just mentioned now around agency for the young people, our contribution was that government needs to take risk on our young people, because we do know that our young people are educated, but they're unemployed, and some of them are not being supported in their entrepreneurial activities. And what we were saying to government was that we do need, as a developmental state, to take risk on our youth, invest in our youth, and give them an opportunity, to test their ideas as business people, so that they can either succeed or fail. And even if they fail, it is the responsibility of, the government and the country as a whole to support our youth going forward. We should not make it a crime for the youth, to fail in their business endeavors. And thirdly, we were saying that the pronouncements that have been made by the president to empower women, especially the 40% set aside as far as government procurement spend is concerned, should be legislated, because the president has announced it in his various sonas and many other platforms. But because it is not yet legislated, we see that there is definitely no traction.
Before we go to break, I do beg your pardon, please finish your thought.
Sorry about that. So there's no traction as far as the procurement processes of government are concerned. We see that they are still not implementing this policy directive. Therefore, our contribution was that it should be legislated.
You speak of not implementing the policy directives. In terms of maybe timelines or expectations, how soon do you want this to be a reality?
As soon as possible. In fact, there is already a public procurement bill that is before Parliament, and we have made that contribution as far as the empowerment of women and our youth is concerned that we have to embed the set-asides in that piece of legislation. So we are hoping that Parliament will then finalize, the bill in the next couple of months, and then we can see, it legislated. So we are hoping that in the next couple of months it will be done. Of course, we are not Parliament. We can't, say with certainty how long the process will take, but we are informed that the bill is now before Parliament.
This afternoon. Thank you, sir.